We're getting over to Mike Apple now, and we're talking Bombardier and maybe a change in what we're seeing with their C-Series.
Yeah, they've just actually announced a sale, Melanie. Good morning. It's at the Dubai Air Show. The buyer is EgyptAir, picking up 12 CS-300 planes from Bombardier. You know, that jet project was a very slow starter, over budget, much delayed. But in the past 2 weeks, Bombardier has announced 2 sales of C-Series aircraft. Last week, it was to an unnamed European buyer. This week, to EgyptAir. $1.1 billion at list prices, could even double from that. So all of this, of course, follows that recent buy-in by Airbus to take majority control of the Bombardier C-Series, and it appears they're starting to pick up a little bit more activity on the order book. Home Depot's earnings just coming in, and Home Depot saw better than forecast results. Some of this, though, of course, related to Americans forced to rebuild their properties after a hurricane swept through the southern U.S. in the latest quarter. Home Depot's overall same-store sales, which is a key metric in the retail segment, up by almost 8% year over year. That was way above expectations. Again, it probably skewed higher because of hurricane-related damage. But the stock is right now up by 3% pre-market, already up 23% year to date. Chicken wings are expensive. Used to be 10 cents a piece, and now they're way more than that because the chicken prices have gone up exponentially. But that is not necessarily going to curtail a deal involving Buffalo Wild Wings. Reportedly, looking at a takeover bid from Roark Capital, a private equity firm, could be worth upwards of $2.3 billion. And Buffalo Wild Wings stock flying higher this morning, up by 25%. Toronto and Vancouver real estate markets, they've had a few ebbs and flows over the past year due to various government policies being enacted. But a study in this morning by the CIBC is projecting that long-term prices have nowhere to go but up. This because of rising demographics, increased population bases, and not enough new supply coming onto the marketplace. Toronto stocks on a 4-day losing skid coming in, but yesterday the medical marijuana producers way to the upside and heavily traded for a second day in a row, some of those at all-time record highs. And here's something that won't be available for Christmas this year, maybe next, if you do not want the issues of a pet with a messy hair, for example. Then Boston Dynamics has this for you, the Spot Mini Robot Dog. It's not for sale yet, and it's somewhat, well, you be the judge. You're creepy dog. I don't know. They say stay tuned. This might be available perhaps in 2018. That's the second generation, by the way. It's good and it's bad, I suppose.
Didn't Will Smith face off against a few of those?
Yeah, rise of the machines, indeed.
What do you think about the payphone story? CRTC saying that payphone usage has dropped about 6.7%. I'm surprised there's still any payphones out there.
Yeah, everybody. What, it's at 85% of Canadians now have cell phones, but they are still, it's to some extent a necessity in an emergency basis. Yeah. And there's still some money to be made. Something like $22 million of payphone revenue just in what? 50 cents, I think, is the new
50
rate
cents. I thought it was more expensive.
I know, because we haven't used it.
Yeah. All right.
Forgotten a little bit.
Thank you, sir.